it must be hard to be an unmarried man in his late 30s without even a girlfriend. You're letting your work stop you, but I don't do that. I'm going to get myself married within this year, and I won't hesitate at any chance I get.
Don't look at your students like that.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Seishiro's girlfriend. Call me Mitsuyo, please. Huh?
The IT passport exam is conducted in CBT format. Today, we're going to do a mock exam using CBT. This is OS, a school that covers basic PC operations all the way to Linux, to help people prepare for IT passport exams and careers in programming. So we have students ranging from high schoolers to adults in this school, and the classes are divided into various courses. The exam lasts for 120 minutes, which I know is a bit long, but it's the same length as the real test. I'm Seishiro Okura. I've been a teacher here for 7 years after graduating with a computer science major in university. Myself and my junior colleague Takumu Udo handled the intermediate and advanced classes, while Kotomi Hayama and Mitsuyo Momokawa take care of the beginner classes. But concerning Miss Mitsuyo, there was a bit of a problem.
Hey, Mr. Higashi. I didn't know you were the executive director of a corporation.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Hey, won't you come to my place?
What? What do you mean?
Let's do private classes in my house. Anyway, let's exchange numbers for now. Take out your phone.
No, that's a bit...
At that moment, Miss Kotomi intervened.
Miss Mitsuyo, what are you doing? Huh? This is none of your business. Leave us alone.
Miss Mitsuyo, let go of him! Mr. Higashi, we apologize. Please feel free to go home.
Thank you. Excuse me?
Mr. Higashi seemed relieved as he hurried out of the school.
Hey, wait! We're not finished talking yet.
What happened, Miss Kotomi?
Miss Mitsuyo was inviting Mr. Higashi for private lessons at her home. And I thought Mr. Higashi found it troublesome, so I wanted to get in between. You nosy girl.
At that moment, Mr. Takumu came over, saying someone from the beginner classes was looking for Miss Kotomi. As the two teachers left for the classroom, I talked to Miss Mitsuyo one-on-one. It's against your contract to invite your students out for private reasons. Please don't do this again.
Why shouldn't I? I just want to get along with Mr. Higashi. Don't interfere with people's love lives.
This isn't a place to find romantic partners. And besides, Mr. Higashi is married.
Oh, it must be hard to be an unmarried man in his late 30s without even a girlfriend. You're letting your work stop you, but I don't do that. I'm going to get myself married within this year, and I won't hesitate at any chance I get.
Don't look at your students like that.
So scary. Should I expose you on social media? The hysteric male teacher is harassing me.
What?
Anyway, I'm going to take my break now.
Miss Mitsuyo does this a lot, talking to male students who have positions in big companies, and inviting them home for private lessons. Both Miss Kotomi and I have warned her many times before, but it seemed to have no effect on her behavior, and it was causing us trouble. It might be a good idea to consult the principal before something bad happens. I need to find time to talk to him soon. When I returned home, I entered the living room. I was surprised to find my father, my cousin, Shogo and his wife, Ayano, together on the sofa. What? I just wanted to talk to Shogo. I never thought I'd find him at my house. I'm home.
Hi, Seishiro.
Good evening. Isn't it unusual to see both Shogo and Ayano at home?
There was something I wanted to talk about with you, so I invited them over for the occasion.
Something you wanted to talk about?
Riku and Shin, who are both our students, said they want to team up with a pair of twins that go to their school, Sukata High School, to start up an esports club.
As the chairman, I think it's really nice that our students are wanting to start something of their own.
I see. So are you in favor of this esports club, Father?
That's right. But I don't really understand what kind of activities they'll do as a club.
There's lots of competitions in esports. And there's things you can participate on your own or team up with others.
Do those kids have any experience in these tournaments, do you think?
They do. Those 4 kids teamed up the other day. And they actually won at the prefectural tournament on a driving game.
Really? So that's why they want to make it a proper club.
I think so. While I only know that Riku and Shin are really good at these games, I do think that they're at a level to aim for national tournaments.
They're that good? I didn't know. Seishiro, what are some things you need to start an esports club?
I guess you'll need gaming computers, gaming gear, and high-speed internet.
We already have all of those at the school.
We do, and Riku and Shin are already using the esports room a lot.
We just need to find 2 teachers that will be willing to look over the club. And we need their families to understand that they're not only playing games, but that they need to use the school spaces to prepare for tournaments. So we'll need to get in touch with them.
Shogo, Seishiro, why don't we invite the children and their parents? And have our teachers discuss it with them.
I see. A group discussion. Seishiro, should we get started on the preparation?
Of course. On Monday, over the next week, I asked Mr. Takumu and Miss Kotomi to come to the meeting room.
Mr. Seishiro, what is this about?
There's talk about starting an esports club at the school. And we're planning a meeting between us and people from Skato High School. So we'll need 2 teachers from Skato High School, and then the 2 kids who go to our school, Riku and Shin, and 2 other students from their school, and some of their parents as well.
So you're saying that Mr. Takumu and I will be helping out with the meeting?
That's right. Thank you both.
Okay, count on me.
While the 3 of us were discussing the esports club in the staff room, it turns out that Miss Mitsuyu was eavesdropping outside the door.
An external meeting? I didn't hear anything about that.
Will it be just us 3 on the day? As for Miss Mitsuyo...
Oh, she doesn't have much knowledge about esports, so she's not part of the team.
Makes sense.
What? They're leaving me out? Unbelievable. You, a married man. I won't forgive you.
Starting the next day, the 3 of us started preparing documents for the meeting.
Mr. Seishiro, Mr. Takumu, I brought rice balls and soup for dinner. Should we take a break?
Wow, did you make these?
Yes, but I can't guarantee how it'll taste.
This is great. I was starving.
Please feel free.
After our break, we continued to work on the documents, and it was soon already 11 p.m. Let's stop here for today and continue tomorrow.
Okay, well, I have something I want to catch on TV, so I'm heading out.
Oh, bye.
Mr. Seishiro, make sure you take Miss Kotomi home.
Yeah, okay.
Bye.
Miss Kotomi and I left the meeting room together.
Mr. Takumi was in a hurry to get home, wasn't he?
Yeah, why couldn't he wait for us? Oh yeah, Miss Kotomi, thanks for the food.
No problem. I'm sorry it was all so simple.
Not at all. They were really good.
Really? I'm glad.
Since that day, Mr. Takumu would always rush home after we finished our work, and it became tradition for me to see Miss Kotomi home.
Mr. Seishiro, what kind of games do you play usually?
Me? The Battle Royale ones and some shooting games?
Really? I also like shooting games.
Oh? Why don't we play as a team next time?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you for taking me home every night.
Now, I'm sorry for making you stay at work until so late.
But I'm just happy being able to talk with you so much every day.
Cute.
What?
No, my thoughts just slipped out. When I saw Miss Kotomi's face, she was blushing too. My face must have been even redder. Well then, see you tomorrow.
Yes, good night. See you tomorrow.
With a shy smile, she bowed. and disappeared into the elevator of her apartment. That was a week before the meeting. Days passed with me taking Miss Kotomi home after work, and I had decided to let her know my feelings. Miss Kotomi, if it's all right with you, would you go out with me, with marriage in mind? Then Miss Kotomi smiled embarrassedly and said,
Yes, I'd be happy to.
From that day, Kotomi and I became lovers. The meeting started in our school's esports room at 10 a.m. with Mr. Takumu, Miss Kotomi, the 4 students and their parents, as well as 2 teachers from Skato High School.
Hello, I'm Endo from Skato High.
And I'm Xiaomi, also from Skato. Thank you for inviting us over.
I'm Okura from here, the OS school. Today's meeting will be run by Hayama, Udo, and myself.
Thank you for coming.
Please feel free to ask us anything.
Now, if we can have the 4 students sit in front of the gaming computers, and Mr. Endo, Miss Shiomi, and the families can take any of the empty seats. As I asked everyone to take their seats, Mr. Takumi and Miss Kotomi were handing out documents. Riku and Shin, Ryota and Futaba, do you mind playing against each other on the driving game?
Sure. Okay.
The driving game that the 4 of them will be playing for us now is the same game played in esports competitions. I want us to watch them play. Please feel free to move where you can see the screens. As the 2 students started the game, the room erupted. Wow, that's really fast!
You 2 are so good at this.
It's really exciting seeing this on a big screen.
Wow. So this is esports, huh?
Esport competitions also have battle royale games, fighting games, real-life sports like tennis and baseball, even things like chess and dancing.
There are a total of 10 types.
That's so many! Yes, indeed. And if they were to prepare for a competition as part of a club, it would be difficult to win by just training in a club at school.
So does this mean that they will need to train by themselves at home too?
That's right. We continued to discuss for the next hour. We answered any questions they had for us, and we explained to them what will be necessary for an esports club, and what kind of tournaments are coming up in the next year. So, if there's no other concerns, we'll be transitioning to the second part of our day, the social reception.
If any more questions come up, please feel free to bring them up there too.
Well then, please follow me out to the elevator. As we led everyone up to the restaurant on the top floor, I found Shogo and Ayano and my mother there. What? Mom? Why are you here?
Seishiro, thanks for running the meeting.
Everyone looks so excited.
Oh, yeah. Why are you here, Mom?
Seishiro, something came up at your dad's work. So I showed up instead.
What? You showed up? Mom.
I always wanted to see what kind of work you were doing. And I just decided to turn up.
Oh. I couldn't say anything when I saw how excited my mother was. So I went ahead and introduced her to Mr. Takumu. After that, I was chatting with Mr. Takumu and Miss Kotomi, enjoying my meal, when suddenly Miss Mitsuyu came barging into the restaurant.
Hey, why did none of you invite me here?
Miss Mitsuyu, what happened?
Everyone, isn't it cruel that they're leaving me out of the meeting and this social reception too?
This was a meeting about an esports club at a high school. I'm sorry, but could you please leave us alone for today? Miss Mitsuyo only glared at me and didn't move. At that moment, my mother butted in.
Oh, is this person also an employee at your school, Seishiro?
Oh, yeah.
Well then, why not? It's a social reception. Why don't you let her have a meal too?
I suppose it can't be helped. Mitsuyo seemed very happy as she ran over to Shogo, who was the principal of OS school, and did the worst thing she could do. She latched onto his arm. Huh?
Principal, I rarely see you at school. You made me lonely.
What's wrong with you?
I'm Momokawa Mitsuyo. Just call me Mitsuyo, alright?
When I hurried to interrupt the scene, Ayano swatted away Mitsuyo's hand from Shogo.
Excuse me, did you have any business with my husband?
Having gotten glared at by Ayano, Mitsuyo retreated, looking defeated.
Well, I didn't know they'd come as a couple.
Shogo is my cousin, and Ayano is his wife. Ayano is Skato High's principal, so there's no reason why she wouldn't come.
I didn't know.
Also, although he's not here today, my father is the chairman of Skato High.
What?
Anyway, my mother is here instead of my father today. Don't do anything inappropriate.
Oh yeah, Seishiro's dad isn't just the chairman of the school. He's also known as the real estate monster, isn't he?
What?
Since he's not here today, you can't pester him, can you? Too bad, Miss Mitsuyo.
At that moment, it seemed like Miss Mitsuyo's eyes sparkled with something.
Mr. Seishiro. I didn't know. You were the son of the real estate monster, Okura Seiju.
Ugh, I have a bad feeling.
You could have told me. You're anxious, aren't you? You're nearing 30. I don't mind marrying you.
Huh? It's a no. Who do you think you are talking to me like that? As I confronted Miss Mitsuyo, my mother and Miss Kotomi came rushing over. And Miss Mitsuyo slapped on a fake smile.
Oh, now. Mr. Seishiro's mother, nice to meet you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Seishiro's girlfriend. Call me Mitsuyo, please.
Huh? Huh?
Hey, when did you and I become a couple?
What? You don't have to be shy, come on.
Don't tell such obvious lies.
That's right. Lying isn't good. Show me a liar and I'll show you a thief. That's what they say.
It's not a lie.
I know your girlfriend is Kotomi, right, Seishiro?
Ah, Mom, you can't drop a bomb like that.
What? Kotomi?
Kotomi and I had made our relationship official, and we had just introduced ourselves to each other's parents. As we were thrown into the center of attention, Kotomi and I exchanged awkward smiles. Right then, the door opened again, and an unexpected person entered the restaurant. Mr. Higashi? Mr. Higashi was dragged inside by another woman pulling on his arm. Looking troubled, they walked over to us.
Excuse us, we're just looking for Momoka Mitsuyo.
It's her, Miss Mitsuyo. What did she do now?
This? What is this?
Mr. Higashi's wife shoved a smartphone in Mitsuyo's face. On the screen, there were Mitsuyo's endless messages inviting Mr. Higashi to her home.
I was suggesting a private lesson. He'll surely be happier with someone in their 20s than some old lady. What does that mean? I'll tell you something. This guy is the executive director of a corporation, but I'm the president. It's not possible for you to be his wife. What? I won't let him attend a school where you can get in contact with him at all.
At that moment, noticing the commotion, Shogo and Ayano came over.
Excuse me, I'm the principal of OS School. Ijima, could you please fill me in?
Of course, I'd want you to hear every detail.
Please. Shall we go to the meeting room downstairs so we can have a proper talk?
Yes.
Momokawa, come with us too.
Yes.
As Shogo and Ayano led Mr. Higashi, his wife and Mitsuyo out of the room, the atmosphere relaxed a bit. Everyone, we apologize for the disturbance. Please, carry on with yourselves. As I said that, Mr. Takumu smiled mischievously and said,
That's good too. But why don't we celebrate you and Miss Kotomi's love?
Huh? Wait a minute! I tried to stop him, but it was too late. The venue quickly erupted, adopting a festive mood. As for Mitsuyo, she was being surrounded by Mr. Higashi, his wife, Shogo, and Ayano, and was being heavily told off. Mr. Higashi's wife claimed,
I'm going to report this lady to the police for stalking.
As she heard that, Mitsuyo apologized over and over in a very small voice and ran out of the room. The restaurant at the moment felt like a press release, and I was struggling to answer everyone's curiosity.
Who confessed first?
Me.
And what did you say?
What? I said, please go out with me, with marriage in mind. After that, Mr. Takumu and my mother fired questions like, when was our wedding going to be? And what did we like about each other? And it was all such a fuss. It all finally came to a close, and as we were saying our goodbyes, Kotomi and I looked at each other and laughed.
Isn't it a lovely thing to be congratulated by so many people?
Yeah, once all this settles down, we should plan our wedding, shouldn't we?
Yes.
After that, Mitsuyo was absent without notice for 3 days, until we found her resignation letter in the mail.
Thank you for watching until the end. If you'd like to see more of our channel, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button.